Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Top Four, where we talk about four things in comic books that have caught our attention, we think we can talk about, or are just interesting. And this week, we're going to be talking about phasers. Not the pew 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 Star Trek kind, but the hey, I can walk through a wall, or I can stick my hand in your heart. Oh, I should have taken Kali Ma. That would have been a good phaser. So my good friends, Mike, raise your hand. Josh, raise your hand. There you go. All right, you good boy. LT, raise your hand. In lieu of introduction, we'll just say hi to all you guys at once and go to Mike. Mike, who's one of your favorite phasers? Or your favorite, I'm sorry.
Definitely my favorite is going to be my favorite superhero, the Martian Manhunter. The man who had developed powers as his initial run went along, because whenever the writers needed to solve a problem, they're just like, yeah, he could do that. Oh, yeah, he could also do that. Yeah, he could do that. Hence, he can shapeshift, become intangible, fly, has mental powers, super strong, pretty much anything he wants.
He was just keeping up with the Joneses, and the Joneses being the Kents in this one.
Yeah, he's a mixed bag of tricks.
Yeah.
I feel like he should have been a Marvel character only because it seems like he was created by rolling on random tables.
He is kind of based on a Marvel character.
Also true. Yeah.
He's afraid of fire.
Well, who isn't afraid of fire, man?
Yeah.
I,
The Human
I,
Torch.
I still think it'd be great if somebody wrote him as a person with multiple personality disorder and that none of the Martians ever existed. They were just different personalities within his head.
You might
Okay,
have read a really bad series called The Martian Manhunter, because I'm not going to get into that.
All right.
Let's go on. And we move on.
and we do move on. Josh, I know you got a good one. Give me a good one.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a good phaser. I'm just going with Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Woohoo!
Oh yeah. I mean, Casper, good childhood cartoon. Clearly actual ghost, faces through. Very friendly, I hear. And just adorable, and just a good all around cartoon that from our dog days as kids.
Yeah, and you can pass
Top
through
five.
objects. You got that right. And you know who Casper the Dead Kid is, right?
I assume it's Richie Rich.
100% it's Richie Rich. Look at the face.
Yeah,
Richie Rich dies locked in his vault or something because we know he doesn't grow old because this is definitely a child. So, yeah.
yeah.
So if you're interested in our Casper podcast, you can go over to the longboxguys.com, or you can go anywhere you get your podcast and look for our Casper podcast if you want a deep dive on Casper.
I can't. I forgot we did Casper, but yeah, that was a fun
Yeah,
one.
go get him.
Yeah.
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 All right, we're gonna go over to you, LT. Now, I'm almost positive I know yours.
So I'm going to go with another ghost. This time, Marvel's character Ghost. Marvel's character Ghost, uh, originally introduced, gave Tony Stark a run for his money, which is hard to do in the Marvel universe when you're going after one of the smartest tech geeks in the Marvel universe, yet made Tony Stark paranoid, took out a lot of his designs from him, gave him a run for his money, and pissed him off. And for that alone, I choose Ghost. Such a good character, they brought him into the MCU.
It's funny because you love Iron Man. That's like your favorite guy. So you just love the fact that we finally had a pretty good nemesis.
Yeah, it's a great nemesis for Iron Man.
It was. I remember that run. Iron Man going all paranoid and
Yeah,
afraid to go
with sleeping in the armor.
peeing in jars. It was awful.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
if you're interested in more of the ghost, you could go check out our deep dive on the ghost on our podcast, wherever you get podcasts. Just look for the long box, guys.
Yeah,
yeah,
Synergy.
synergy. I guess that brings me to my pick. Now, my pick is very personal to me because she was also one of my first big crushes. The first time I went, oh, girls seem nice, and that's Kitty Pryde. I first introduced in I can't remember what year, but she's an X-Men and she can phase through wall. When she phases through electronic objects, it disrupts them, which isn't 100% common among phasers. It happens with some phasers. I think Casper does it too. I know the Ghost can do it, but that's more of an at-will thing.
Yeah, it would be weird
Yeah.
if Ghost did it because he's using tech
He's
to
using tech.
defect.
At some point, that's going to bust up against you. Is she the most powerful mutant on the planet? Absolutely not. Is she one of the best mutants on the planet in my mind? Absolutely. Also, I remember reading a comic book when they said they wanted a spokesman for mutant kind, and Kitty Pryde was one of a short list that came up. And when they asked why, it was obvious, and I didn't think of it. Her power is completely defense based, really. I mean, she uses it offensively really, really well. But to the average person who just sees her, in her normal, adventures, she seems to mostly be defense. And that made her a good spokesman for mutant kind because she didn't seem quite as dangerous as most, even though she is 100% absolutely a danger.
I liked in the Hickman run of the X-Men where they had Krakoa and they had portals all around the planet. Because of her phasing power would screw up the electronics in the portal. She couldn't use the portal. She was the only mutant who had to sail to Krakoa if she wanted to go to the island.
But that made her a pirate for a while, and I love that bit.
I figured you would.
Thank you. I also loved, of course, the Kitty Pryde Wolverine team up. That happened in our childhood, and that was just awesome, showing really the potential of Kitty Pryde's power in a lot of other different ways. I really enjoyed it. Seeing her become a fighting powerhouse. There was a lot to enjoy in that comic book. You guys agree that was a great one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
6 issue miniseries, awesome.
And also, she's, Jewish representation in Marvel Comics.
Yep. Great representation. I remember when she fought off Dracula by holding up a Star of David. I was freaked out, but it was cool.
Yeah.
Honorable mention, I just want to say Red Ghost. I always liked Red Ghost whenever he would come up in the Fantastic Four with the Super Apes, and of course Michael's the Super Apes. That was awesome. Mike, you got a runner up?
Well, let's just discuss Red Ghost. Neither red nor a ghost.
Discuss.
Yeah,
What do
no,
you think?
let's not, because we did a deep dive on him on our podcast. Just look for the Longbox Guys for that podcast on the Red Ghost. Oh, we also did a
Sure.
podcast on Kitty Pryde too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
and one
deep
on the
dive
Martian
night here
Manhunter.
at the top four.
Yeah,
He was red because he was a communist.
I will give a honorable mention to Phantom Girl from the Legion of Superheroes because the way Mike Grell drew her, it
I
was
got
very
proof.
nice. It
I
was
got
very nice.
proof. Anybody else with an honorable mention?
The Flash.
Sure, he can face your things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh is still digging through the brain. No, I'm not
Could
going
be
to.
rich in his future. I don't know. Yeah.
All right, that will do it for us this week, guys. Hey, thank you very much for tuning in and watching Four Grown Men talk about comic books. If you really want to help out, though, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does mess with the algorithm that controls our lives now. All hail the mighty algorithm. And thanks. And as Mike said, you really can find all of our audio podcasts almost anywhere you find podcasts. Just look for the Longbox Guys.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye.